The other big thing to have hit the world lately is the latest overreaction to a terrorist attack aimed at the U.S. Someone lit a firecracker in his pants on the way to Detroit, so now if you're flying to the States, the security lines are so long that you have to pack a lunch, but not in a carry-on bag because then it will be stolen. Oh, I mean confiscated. Can someone, preferably someone who can think, please explain to me how this is going to do anything besides piss off a lot of law-abiding travelers? Let's see here. The first thing the goons at Transport Canada said is that you're not allowed to leave your seat in the last hour or so of your flight. Excuse me, but we're talking about terrorists. By definition, criminals. These people blow up innocents in schools, for Christ's sake. What makes you think that they're going to give a shit when you're allowed to stand in an airplane? At the moment, you're not allowed to bring anything larger than a purse on board, either. There's a really big problem with this idea that I'll get to in a minute, but the other really stupid problem is that no one in the government was specific about how big they think a purse is. It's left entirely up to the airlines, so guess what? It's never the same size twice. Now on to the other issue, which is a ban on almost any carry-on baggage larger than a Florida grapefruit. We all remember how this panic was caused by the bombing attempt on Christmas Day, right? Does everyone remember how this guy didn't have luggage at all? Where did he hide his bomb again? Oh right, his underwear! As for the US government, if it really wants to take security seriously, then how about the intelligence agencies do the incredibly stupid thing and talk to one another? This bomber was on several watch lists because of extremist leanings, but for reasons that haven't been figured out yet, no one did a fucking thing. The exact same thing happened before the Fort Hood shooting last fall, and it happened before 9/11. Why hasn't anyone learned anything? Is someone from Al-Qaeda working on the inside? Is someone trying to make Washington look bad? Is someone in the CIA just dumb as a fucking rock? What's going on? Oh, and as for the Harper government's idea of using behavioral screening to nab possible terrorists, let's just say that any policing based on thought is something I'm suspicious of to begin with, but even more so coming from a government that thinks that criticizing Israel makes you a terrorist or criticizing Ottawa makes you a Taliban. Anyway, this is just yet another example of someone using a club to scratch an itch, and it's not only pointless but counterproductive. People are already getting sick enough of these ridiculous rules to want to avoid flying to America. I bet the tourism industry will have some things to say about that. And if it's one thing you can be sure about with terrorists, is that they will find a way to get around these things, meaning that we'll get another incident just like this sooner or later, and then what? Will Big Brother want everyone to be stripsters before a flight? I mean, come on, use your brains. Although I must ask, now that it's pretty much a given that all that rigmarole in the Patriot Act was a complete waste of time, will you guys be getting rid of it anytime soon?